Imagine waking up in a hospital room, alone, but someone is watching you. You ring the bell, the nurse arrives, but she says, "No one was ever here." Then you see her, standing in the shadows, lifting her veil. Who is she? And why does she never leave room 6? Ahmed was not seriously ill. He only had malaria, but his family couldn't take care of him at home, so they admitted him to Godwin Hospital. He was placed in a private room, room number 6, where he received proper care. 2 nurses were on duty that night to look after him. At around 10 a.m., Ahmed pressed the bell. One of the nurses entered and asked, "Ahmed, what do you need?" Ahmed looked uneasy. "I don't need anything, but why do people keep coming into my room without permission?" The nurse, Amra, was confused. "No one came, Ahmed. It's just me and my friend Rahila on duty. Our cabin is near your room, and we haven't seen anyone enter." Ahmed hesitated. "I saw someone standing here, staring at me. I tried to talk to her, but she didn't answer. She even lifted her veil a little. It must have been one of you, right? Or maybe I'm just confused because of my fever." Amra reassured him. "No one can enter your room without our permission. Don't worry, just sleep. If you need anything, ring the bell again." Saying this, she closed the door and went back to her seat. Ahmed tried to sleep, but his fever was high, and he kept staring at the walls. Time passed, and suddenly, the door creaked open. Someone was standing at the foot of his bed. With innocent curiosity, Ahmed asked, "Ma'am, what are you doing in my room?" The figure didn't move. The dim light revealed her face, strangely beautiful yet unsettling. She was not a nurse. Ahmed panicked and pressed the bell. Rahila rushed in. "What happened, Ahmed?" Ahmed pointed toward the bathroom. She went in there just now." Rahila looked at the bathroom door. It was locked from the inside, and the light was on. Taking a deep breath, she said, "Ahmed, I'll check." She knocked at the door. No response. With a silent prayer, she slowly opened the door. No one was inside. She turned back to Ahmed. "There's no one here. Maybe you were just imagining things. Now go to the bathroom if you need to." Ahmed nodded hesitantly. "Please stay here while I go." Rahila shook her head. "No, there's nothing to worry about. I'm going back to my cabin." As soon as she left, Ahmed entered the bathroom. He turned on the tap, washed his face, and looked up. There was a mirror in front of him. His reflection was clear, but behind his face, another face was staring at him. The same face from his room. Ahmed's body froze. His breath stopped. His mind went blank. And then, darkness. When the nurse returned an hour later, she found Ahmed lying on the bathroom floor. He was dead. 10 days passed. Another patient was admitted to room number 6. His name was Akbar, a 30-year-old man. That night, Amra and Rahila were on duty again. At exactly 2 a.m., the bell rang. Amra entered the room. Akbar was sitting up, looking nervous. "Why do you keep coming in and out of my room?" he asked. "We didn't come, Akbar. Why do you say that?" "My door keeps opening by itself every few minutes. I feel sick, and I don't want to be disturbed." Amra tried to calm him. "No one will come. Get some rest." She closed the door and stepped outside. A strange chill ran down her spine. She turned to Rahila and whispered, "Do you remember? 10 days ago, Ahmed said the same thing." Rahila's face turned pale. "Maybe you've forgotten, but 100 years ago, a nurse worked here. She suffered terribly from fear and loneliness. One night in room number 6, she ended her life." Amra's breath hitched. "Her soul still lingers," Rahila continued, "trapped in this room, disturbing the patients." Annoyed, Amra said, "It's 2 a.m. I don't want to hear these stories. You know how scared I get." Rahila didn't respond. Amra turned to face her. Her heart stopped. The person standing behind her wasn't Rahila. It was her, the lost nurse. Amra gasped and woke up. She was in her chair, sweating. A nightmare. Just a nightmare. But her hands were still trembling. She knew what she had to do. The next day, she went to the hospital administration. This room needs to be renovated, change its structure, remove the bathroom. Because she knew, if they didn't, another patient might meet the same fate as Ahmed. If you liked this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And tell me, have you ever experienced something like this? Share your story in the comments below.